Christine and I work at Wabtec, and today I wanted to share 3 really easy experiments that have to do with static electricity. Now, you probably heard of electricity before, like when you're turning your lights on and off at home. That's electricity. Static electricity, maybe you've never heard that word before, but I'm sure you've felt it or seen it before. Have you ever been walking around in your house in your socks and you go to touch a doorknob or a person and you shock each other? Or have you ever had a day where your hair is standing straight out and no matter what you do, it just won't stay down? Those are both examples of static electricity. It happens, normally you have an object that has both positive and negative parts, but when an object touches another object, sometimes those negatives and those positives will swap places. And this causes one object to be all positive and one to be all negative. Now that is what we call electrically charged, and that is what causes our static electricity. So for our 3 experiments, you will need a balloon. For one experiment, our first one, you'll need some tissue paper. This is the kind of paper that you would put in somebody's present that you're gonna give them. For our second experiment, you're gonna need a little bit of salt and a little bit of pepper and mix them together in a bowl. You only need a little tiny bit. For our third experiment, all you'll need is some hair. It can be your hair, it can be mom or dad's hair, grandma and grandpa's, your brother or your sister, even a pet, like a dog that has long hair, any kind of hair. So, first we're gonna start with our balloon and our tissue paper. So, try to think about what you think is going to happen when I take this balloon and I rub it on my shirt, or you can use a blanket or some carpet, something soft. We're gonna rub our balloon and then we're gonna touch it to our paper. What do you think is gonna happen if our positives and our negatives are swapped and everything is staticky? Let's see. So I'm gonna take my balloon, I'm gonna take my shirt, and I'm gonna rub it. Not super fast, but pretty fast. And you'll notice when you're rubbing that it's gonna start feeling different. It actually is gonna feel warm, and that's because electricity is warm. It's causing a little bit of friction. And I'm gonna take my balloon and I'm gonna touch the tissue paper. See what happens. They are sticking together and our tissue paper is now floating up with the balloon. So this is one example of our static electricity. And you can keep doing it all day if you wanted, over and over. It'll just keep going. You can make your balloon or your paper fly through the air. So that is our first experiment. So now that we saw the balloon and our tissue paper with static electricity, what do you think is gonna happen if I take my salt and my pepper and I pour that out onto the table? I have my salt and my pepper on the table, and I'm gonna take my balloon and my shirt, or take your blanket or your carpet and you're gonna rub it again. And listen real careful, ready? Wow. Sounded like a bunch of popcorn popping. And check out my balloon. So just like the paper was attracted to the balloon, now our salt and our pepper is attracted to the balloon. Now you'll see that most of it is the pepper, and that's because pepper is a little bit lighter than salt, If we had more static electricity or stronger static electricity, it would have picked up all of my salt as well. But the pepper's lighter, so you'll see most of it is pepper. So now we had our static electricity with our balloon and our tissue paper. They were floating together and sticking together. With our balloon and our salt and pepper, those were all sticking together. What do you think for our third experiment? When we take our balloon and my hair, what do you think is gonna happen? Think about it for 1 minute. Our tissue paper stuck and our salt and pepper stuck. So let's see now what happens with my hair. Now I've been practicing, so my balloon might not be as static anymore. We'll see. Rub it real nice and hard here. Feel the warmth again from that electricity happening. This is my hair, and oh boy, is it sticking? I think a little bit of hair is sticking. It's hard for me to see, but I know. Or you could rub it like this, and you can have a pretty crazy hair day if you did. If you rubbed it hard enough. If I didn't have a ponytail in, it'd probably be even worse. But this would be something real fun to do if you have a brother or a sister or somebody at home. Just take your balloon and rub it on their head and see what kind of hairstyle you can give them. So that is just 3 examples of static electricity. Remember, it's when the negative and the positives on one object swap with another object and get it to be electrically charged. So even though it's not the same as flipping a light switch at home and having a light come on, it's still in a certain type and form of electricity. So that means you can get shocked if you're staticky enough, but it won't hurt you. So you can try out these three experiments, and I hope you have fun. And if you want to send a picture to Mr. Scott of your crazy hair if you do it, I'm sure that he'll love seeing that. And I hope that you had fun doing this, and I will see you next time. Bye!